Hi everybody, Simply Sweet Gemini here. Happy New Year. This is my first video for 2022 and I hope everyone had a great holiday and their year has started off well. So the last time I left you was when I was sharing my August to October coloring pages that I'd completed, and this video I am going to be sharing with you the pages I completed from November to the end of January. I know I haven't done too many videos lately, I just haven't had too much time to color, so I didn't want to share like a 5-minute video with you guys. I figured I'd save them all up and just share them in bulk. So without further ado, I'll get to it. The past few months have really just been coloring in PDFs rather than books, and I've really been enjoying that. So maybe hopefully this year I'll get started on some books again because I have way too many that need to be colored in. So I'll be sharing with you all of the different PDFs that I completed, but they're not in any order specific to how I completed them. It's more grouped in terms of artists. So the first artists that I'm sharing with you are going to be all the Hannah Lynn pages I've colored. So starting with this one, this is part of her Patreon exclusive pages. So this one was the November exclusive, and it was called Apple Cider Cutie, so very fall theme. And I just did these bookmarks and trading cards just using alcohol markers, pencils, and gel pens with a bit of stickles for accenting. And you'll see most of my pages are going to be the same things. I'll just more point out if I used some different media. I've really been enjoying my Ohuhu markers, so that's why I've been pretty much using just that for coloring. The next one I have is from her Whimsy Girls Christmas book, and this one is called Holiday Baking. So I actually wanted to do this back in 2020, but I never got a chance to, so I finally was able to do it this past Christmas, and I really like the way she turned out. Very festive. So this is another one I did. Another one from the same book is this one, and this one is called the Hot Cocoa Fairy. So the background for this, I did all of the dots using acrylic paint, just to give it a bit more texture. So I really enjoyed doing a lot of holiday pages this year. This one was from Hannah Lynn's December Patreon exclusive, and this one was called the Candy Cane Girl. So she usually does a detailed version and a simplified version of her main pages each month. So you get a variety of things to color depending on what you feel like. So these are the bookmarks, and these are the trading cards. I really like doing this size of coloring because it makes me feel accomplished when I'm able to get it done pretty quickly, and I get to just choose a variety of color combinations to try out. So I think this is a fantastic way to do that. And the last Hannah Lynn I finished was the January exclusives. So this one was the New Year Fairy. So I actually tried doing a Disney bound palette challenge for myself here. So if you can guess the 3 princesses that I based these off of. I had a lot of fun trying like different skin tones and just different hair colors and different palettes in general. So for the clock faces, I actually used the Ranger's Glossy Accents, so you can see it does shine. So that one was the last Hannah Lynn. So the next artist that I colored in for was Yam Puff Stuff. So I did 2 from her. And these images are freebies that you can find on her website if you're interested. And she was hosting a coloring competition over on her Facebook page, so I decided to participate by completing these images. So this one is a tree, it's a girl dressed like a Christmas tree. So I put a lot of stickles on this one. It's just basic coloring. And then the second one is the Santa Elf Girl. So she looks like this. And I just wanted to try using different variations of red. I didn't want it always to be bright red, so I used this one. It's called Old Red from the Ohuhu collection. I really like this one. It kind of reminds me of like red velvet. So I decided to choose that for her dress. And then I actually added these ornaments myself. So I just traced a circular object, and then I painted it with acrylic paints, and then I just used gel pen, liquid pearls, and stickles just to add different textures onto them. And I quite like the way that this background came out. Simple, but at least I added a bit of my own personal touch to the image. So that one was that. And the next 2 are done by a newer artist. She used to actually run or be an administrator for Yam Puff Stuff's Facebook page. So now she started her own group and she's working on her own art now. And this one is Little Chiblies. Sorry, I don't know if it'll focus. There we go. And the artist is Bev Kimber. So she has a Facebook page now that she puts different freebie images on that you can use to participate in some of the events she has for her group. And she also has an Etsy shop, so I can provide a link down below for you to take a look at. But this was for her Nutcracker competition that she was running on her Facebook page during the month of December. And I was lucky enough to win that competition, which was really generous and kind of her. So she actually sent me a few free images from her shop that I was able to choose from. So that was kind of cool. So this one was pretty much done all in markers, and I just added some stickles and gel pen in order to make things pop a little more. And these characters are all based in the Nutcracker play. So we've got like the Sugar Plum Fairy, the Nutcracker Soldier, the girl who's the main character, and then the Mouse King, I believe, or the Rat King. So this one was fun. And another image that she did that was also from Bev Kimber is this one. It's part of her 80s collection. So this one is her 80s fitness Chibli. So this was originally just the chibi girl, and I added the dumbbell for her to signify her fitness routine. And then the challenge was to do it all using a neon palette. So I think I achieved that very well. This was the first time actually that I was able to use my Sharpie neon markers, because I rarely color anything in neons, so this one was really fun to do. So this is like her style of chibi girls. So the prize for this one was the full set of the 80s Chiblis. I didn't manage to win this contest, but if you are interested in purchasing it, it's I think it's 3 or 4 images in a pack, and she very reasonably prices her illustrations. So if you're interested, go check it out. Just thought this was like a little different. So the next few pages are ones that I colored in for the Lost in Coloring Worldwide Facebook group. And in January, they had a competition time for the whole month. And that's usually when they have various artists contribute like a piece of art that they have, and then everyone who is interested and is a member is able to just grab those free images and print them out for participation. So for the first one that I completed, this one is called Christmas Bottle, and this one was done by the artist Holly H Designs, or H.A. Hamilton, I believe. So she has a whole collection of like in the bottle images. That's one of her PDF books. So if you're interested in her art, you can go check that out. So I thought this one was really fun to do. It's just really, you make it as colorful as you want, and the image is pretty easy to color. It's detailed, but it's not like overwhelming. So I had a really fun time doing this one. I was really debating if I wanted to put glossy accents in the whole jar, but I figured it'd be way too much. So I just left it as this. But it was really fun to do. And she actually has a whole like character set that she does with unicorns. So if you really like cute unicorns, then that's something that you might want to go take a look at too. The next image I did was this one. It's by Alexandra Daneman, and it's just this really cute Christmas puppy, and he's got this big sack of Christmas gifts. So for the ornaments, I use the Pentel Sparkle Pop, and I really like the way that turned out. Just again, adds a bit more of a different kind of variations of red, because I used so much red and green this past holiday that I wanted to just switch it up a little bit. So puppy is really cute. He's got like a little star onesie on. So that one's another holiday page. And then this is one that is illustrated by Sybil Art. The artist is Stephanie Sybil, and this girl is named Jeanette. So this is how I decided to color her in. Again, very simple image, but I think that it came out really well. So I did try to do a bit of highlighting and shading. And for the background, I just used pencil crayons and a ruler just to make these lines. I think that's a background technique that Always Coloring and Jamie's Coloring Love had shown. So I thought that it would be pretty cool just to fill up some white of the paper. And then another one I did for the different contests was this image, and this one is by Lenka Vilonenko. So this one is a Christmas kitty that's sleeping by the Christmas tree. And I did do stickles, and for the poinsettia I actually used the chameleon markers. I really like the effect they give when you can like kind of touch the two tips together to change different colors, and it just gives a better blend than I could probably do with alcohol markers. And then for the glass of cocoa, I just added glossy accents over it. There were a couple of bubbles inside, but I guess it kind of adds to the texture of the glass, so it's okay. And I thought this was a really cute image to do for Christmas. And then the last one I did for the competition that was happening over on that group is this image, and this one is titled Sugar Fairy, and it's illustrated by J.N. Sheets. So this was pretty much the last Christmas image I did for the season, I think. I'm all Christmas colored out. So there is a gingerbread house, and I just did the stars like different variations of cookies, so gingerbread cookies as well as sugar cookies. This one was quite intimidating to start because there's just so many elements. Lots of chocolates, a lot of browns in here, so I want to try to make sure some of the colors popped better. I did the glossy accents here to look like chocolate glaze. And then just the berries are glazed as well, and the lollipop. So I added some stickles to her wings, and I kind of made her represent a Disney Bound challenge, like more like a character. So see if you can guess who she's supposed to represent. Overall, it was a fun coloring to do. So, and then I used the Sakura glaze pens for some of the gingerbread elements just to make them a little more shiny. So lots of different things on this page. So that was the last holiday picture I did. So we're getting down close to the end now. So the next 3 pages are from Mystic Art Mirrors. So the first 2 are from her Daughters of the Sea coloring book. So I did this one. So actually I printed this image out on this Strathmore mixed media paper. So this is some of the stuff that we can get in Canada. So this one is the mixed media paper with the vellum surface. It's acid free. The size that they have is 9 by 12 inches, and it's pretty good for like wet medias as well. So that's why I choose to print some of the images on this paper. It's a really thick paper, but so you actually have to find a printer that takes the paper well. And my issue sometimes is that the I don't know if you can tell, but like the ink bleeds when you use water media on it. So that's a bit of a bummer. So you kind of have to be careful. Like over here, the ink smudged a bit. So kind of have to figure out how I'm going to work around this problem. But anyway, this was one of the mermaids that she has, and I really love the way it came out. Actually, the 3 that I did, I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. So this one I pretty much did a base of all watercolor paints, and then I used pencil just to do shading. So some of the, I don't know if you can see, the metallic water paints and glitter water paints are ones that I purchased off of Etsy. I am thinking of doing a like watercolor collection video. If anyone is interested in seeing it, please provide a comment down below and I will get that together. So yeah, I really like the way this turned out, and as you guys know, I barely ever do backgrounds on my pictures, but because these this paper is able to take wet media, I love doing the watercolors on this, and I find that the texture really comes out very well. So yeah, this one was one of the images I did. Did do some outlining with the Posco paint pens. Used a bit of liquid pearls. And what else? Yeah, just different varieties of paint on this. So that one was one. The second Mystic Art Mirrors I did was this mermaid, and I just wanted to, since she's not technically swimming in water, I just wanted to do a different background for this one. So I did it more like a sunset background. And again, this was all watercolor base, paint base, and then I went over with pencils just to do some shading. So this is again like by her eyebrow is where the printer ink smudged a bit. Tried to build it in like a shadow on her face, but I don't know if I was successful in that. But I really like the way she turned out as well. And again, some of the metallics are from different handmade watercolor paints that I purchased off Etsy. And it just makes everything super fun to look at with all the glitter and shine. And like I said, I don't mind if it looks uneven because I really like the texture that it provides. So I used the Posca paint pen for outlining the water, and I did a bit of white gouache just to make it look like seafoam. So yeah, I've been really enjoying doing these mermaids, so maybe I'll be able to complete a few more in the month of February. The last Mystic Art Mirror image I did was this one, and she is from the Ocean's Dream coloring book. So similar to this image, I decided to use all neon colors for her as well. So this one is just done on regular cardstock paper, so it's not super thick. So that's why I didn't want to use watercolor for this. What I did was I pretty much just used all neon Sharpies again. Her skin was done with the Ohuhu marker, and the little suction cups on the octopus tentacles, I actually used the glaze pens. I used a bit of liquid pearls for the pearls in her hair ties. And then the background is just black acrylic paint. It was a really big pain in the butt to paint around the little tiny circles though. So next time I think I'm going to use a black marker to go around the really small parts and then just use paint over top. I think you won't be able to notice it. But yeah, I think she really jumps off the page because of the bright colors, and I think it's really cool that she turned out this way. So that one was another Mystic Art Mirrors. And then the last image that I colored was from the Chibi Chinese Calendar Characters book that's illustrated by Jenny Luan. So this is the one that I did. So this is for Year of the Pig, and it's just a chibi girl doing a painting with her piggy friend. So this one was actually the last image from that coloring book. So if you are going to stay tuned with me for a couple more minutes, I'm going to share with you my completed book. So I finally finished this PDF set, and I'll show you what all of the pictures look like. If you watched some of my videos throughout the past year, you will have seen a lot of the images that I've done, because I tried to do one per month. So this is just a culmination of everything that I've done. So if you purchase the PDF file on Etsy, this is what you will receive. So this is just the cover page telling you what the book is all about. I think eventually I'll color this. It's easy enough, but I just haven't really done it yet. That was my lowest priority for this. So the first one that I started off with is Year of the Mouse, or Year of the Rat. And this is what it looks like. Sorry, I don't want to take it out of the sheet protectors, because I have them in an order and I didn't really want to mess that up and start messing around with it. But most of these pages, or I would say pretty much all of them, are just done using markers, a bunch of different gel pens and stickles. I didn't really go too crazy with the media that I used here. The next zodiac sign is the year of the ox. So yeah, just a lot of stickles in this one. And I tried to do like these zodiac signs in a specific kind of color arrangement. So I did them like a rainbow set. So, and then I used alternating silver and gold per different animal. So you'll see that. So then the third image is this one, and we are in Year of the Tiger this year. So I'm happy that I got this finished last year. And if you like doing Chibi Girls, I think this is a really worthwhile PDF to get. Zodiac number 4 is the rabbit. Number 5 is the Year of the Dragon. And it's kind of nice that this artist did like a mix of male and female chibis, because you don't really get to see that too much in a lot of the different works. Mostly it's female images to be colored. So this one's kind of a nice variety and change up. Right, number 6 is the Year of the Snake. So this one also a lot of like little fine details, so stickles and just the liquid pearls again. The next one is Year of the Horse. So it's just got a cowboy and his horse right there. And I tried to like use a more minimal color palette where I tried to match the chibi up with their animal friend. This one is Year of the Ram or the Goat. And this one was all a pencil crayon background, and it took forever. The next one is Year of the Monkey. And the next one is Year of the Rooster. And this one was really fun to do. Number 11 is Year of the Dog. And then, of course, number 12 is Year of the Pig. So yeah, again, I'm very happy that I was able to complete one of the PDF sets that I purchased. Unfortunately, the goal that I set out last year to complete those 10 coloring books, I was not able to complete any of them, but hopefully this year I'll put a dent in them. Okay, so thank you so much for sticking by and watching the entire video. I know it's a pretty lengthy one. I hope you enjoyed everything. Pop some comments or questions down below, and I will see you in my next video very soon. If you haven't subscribed yet, please think of subscribing. I think this year is going to be a big year. So yeah, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye now.